Um, Hope you're all really well. Welcome to my talk for H Shades Virtual Week. I'm Akesha, I'm digital editor for Hairdressers Journal, and today I'm going to be talking about how to attract new clients even though your salon's closed at the moment. Obviously, it's a really weird time out there, and you might be kind of thinking about how to not only retain the clients that you already have, but also, thanks Laura, hey, how to retain the clients that you already have. You might also be thinking, how can you maybe attract new people via social media and your online content? So I'm going to kind of be talking about that. It's just going to be me today. I'm not going to have anyone join in my live, but what I thought maybe later, if any of you have any questions, maybe we can do like a sharing screen kind of thing. So let me know and write your questions below, and I'm happy to answer them once I've kind of gone through my whole spiel here. I don't know if this is going to last for the whole half an hour, so I might need many followers are asking me about Salon International. Oh, what would you like to know about Salon International? Salon International is happening in October, and any questions about Salon, you can follow them, which is at Salon_INT, and you can DM the team and they'll be happy to help you. So I am going to crack on with my talk. So the first thing I would recommend is to make sure that you get your house in order. So in order to attract new followers and new clients, you need to make sure that wherever you're going to be putting your content is in the best place possible. So the first thing that I've noticed is a lot of hairdressing salons' websites are non-secure websites. So if I go to a brand and they give me a quote from a hairdresser, and that hairdressing website is non-secure, I, from Hairdressers Journal, cannot link out from it because of the fact that it will create a bad backlink. So you might be thinking, what's that? So SEO is your search engine optimization, and if you have good SEO, your content will become one of the first things people see on Google. Now, if you have bad SEO, it will be on one of those pages that, you know, when it has at the bottom, it says like Google, it'll be like the end E. It won't be good. So you want to make sure that you're on the first couple of pages. Someone said, is it going to happen? Yes, Salon is happening. Any more Salon questions, you can direct them to the Salon International team at Salon_INT, and they will be happy to help you. In order for me to link out to a website, it needs to be secure. Otherwise, we cannot link out, because what basically Google says is that you haven't got good friends. Having bad backlinks is like showing that you haven't got very good friends. So making sure that your website is secure shows that you are an authority online, and that's the easiest thing you can do. You can ask the person, oh, thank you. You can ask the person that developed your website, or your web designer, or the domain host. So if you know the host of your domain, you can just ask to have it changed to a secure website. And that will mean that people like us and any kind of other titles that you might ask to put your content onto their website, or they might be given, you might have given them a quote to put onto the website, they can link out to your specific website. So that's the first thing, is to make sure that your website is secure. And then on here on Instagram, this is a really popular platform, obviously, for hairdressers. So the easiest thing you can do in regards to this, so you don't have a website. So if you've got a Facebook, or not so much Facebook because you'll need a page, but if you've got an Instagram page, make sure your page is a business profile if you are a salon, or a creator profile if you are an individual stylist. And that basically allows you to go into your insights onto each post and as on your profile as a whole, and make sure that you know who is like looking at your content and who is also interacting with it, who your followers are, where they live. It can tell you a broad range of analytics that will be able to help you tailor the content to make sure that more like-minded people follow it. Does that make sense? Yeah? No? Okay. It's really hard because I don't know if... Hopefully it makes sense. Maybe like give it a little tap on the heart or thumbs up if that makes sense. Oh, thank you. So those are two things I think is really key to make sure that you know, oh, thank you guys, great, that your house is in order before you start pushing out loads of great content that that people might not see because you're not getting links out from your website, or you might not be getting the right followers or knowing who's following your website. Your Instagram profile. In regards to Facebook pages, as long as you have a page, that is an authority, so you don't have to don't have to worry too much about that. What does this say? Sorry, mate. Yes, this was going to be on YouTube, but we're doing it on this platform because we just think it's a bit easier for you guys to access. Let us know if it is or isn't, but I just think it's just a bit easier for you. But it will be going up onto YouTube afterwards, so you'll be able to see this again if you missed the beginning bit or anything. So yeah, once your profile is straight, so you've changed from a HTTP at the beginning of your URL to a HTTPS, and you've got an Instagram business account or a creator account, you will then be able to do my next point, which is to get onto other people's profiles. So this is a really important point, but you don't want to be too pushy and you don't want to be too annoying about it. Like, why, please can I play with you kind of vibe. So you want to see if you can get your content onto consumer titles. So obviously with us, it's amazing because you get to talk to like-minded people, you get to get all the trade news, and you get to know about the biggest events and the biggest awards that happen within our industry. That's us. But also on the flip side of things, getting onto consumer titles will also allow you to get in touch with consumers and potential clients. So I would say that that's a really good way to get in front of new potential clients. And doing this is easy if you have a PR because they can help you get quotes out there, or step-by-steps that you might be creating or anything like that. But if you don't feel like, you can't do anything about that until you're able to get a PR, you can reach out to people yourself. So if you've seen, if you have a website that you really love, that you think that your clients would also be, potential clients will also be on there, have a look at the author of each of the posts that you like that are hair related, and reach out to them and DM them on Instagram. They're at home as well at the moment. That's a really good way of getting in contact with them. My DMs are always open. I know a lot of people's DMs are open at the moment to get in contact with. And if you've got an idea for a feature, or you have tips on how people can look after their hair at home, send it over to them and say, hey, I would love for you to write about this. There is nothing gained, what's the, oh my gosh, what is the quote? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's the quote. So yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You might as well give it a try and see how that goes. People aren't horrible. If they can't feature it, they'll let you know, but it's worth a shot. And then I've put here, connect with current clients. So a lot of hairdressers will have clients that have pretty big followings, but you might be scared to ask them to collaborate with them, or you don't know that they have a big following because you don't, follow them yourself. So kind of ask your clients, are you on Instagram? Let us follow you and see the sizes of each of their following. If they have close to or over 1,000 followers, it might be worth just asking when we're, to do a collaboration with them. You don't have to be in the salon to do this. I know Rob from RCNQ up in Manchester, he did a really good video the other day with Megan Ellaby, who is a influencer. And I know her aside from the fact that she is one of Rob's clients. But that then shows her following to his salon, and allows him to have potential new clients through that. Because her followers will be very like-minded and will want to know where she gets her fringe cut, how she styles her hair, who does her colour, etc. And it's not forced, it's a genuine relationship. It's a client and hairdresser relationship. So as long as you have those and you're fostering them, those kinds of collaborations will come naturally. So reach out to your current clients and, check in on them. See if you can collaborate online while you're not able to physically be together, and see if that, something flourishes from that. I'm just going to check if there's been any more questions since this. Where can I find information of the other people that's following you? Do you mean as in your followers yourself, like where you can find the information of your followers? Because if you have a business account, you can find that in your insights. So if you go to the little, I can't show you because I'm using my phone, but on the menu, it will say insights, and then it will show you who your followers are, where they live, how old they are, the times that they're on Instagram, the days that they're on Instagram, and you can really like tailor make your content for them. And that's really important actually, because if you're a salon based in Southeast London, but loads of your followers are randomly from like America, you need to work out what you're doing that's attracting people from America, which is great, but obviously not great for the fact that they're probably not going to be able to travel to your salon. So how can you kind of harness your local community and localize your content a little bit more? But you won't know that if you don't check your insights. So also let me know if I'm talking too fast, because I do speak very fast. Instagram has been perfect. Yay, good. We're going to do as many on here as possible, so it's like easy, and then you can watch it back on YouTube. Would asking clients, so Barnett and Bell says, would asking clients to share your page mean or suggest you should pay them? No, if they're your clients, then you're, you know, doing it's like a natural transaction. If you're saying like, oh, do you mind, you know, if you're going to show your hair that I did, you could tag me in that, or maybe we could do a live together and I can talk about how I created that style. That's natural. You're not saying like, can you just put a post up of the outside of my salon and say people come and visit me, because then that's not natural and that would be an ad. Does that make sense? Eleanor, hi Eleanor. Eleanor's our content writer. So how often would you recommend posting on Instagram each day? I would say that there's no right or wrong answer, because if I advise you to post loads and loads, let's say 5 times a day, A, you'll run out of content, and B, it won't be natural to you. So I feel like until you get into a good rhythm, unless you have a lot of people posting for you, as many as you feel like you can a day. So say you have a backlog of looks that you created when the salon was open, and you feel like you have enough to go for the next 3 months to do one a day, then do that. If you don't, then do every other day. I think at the moment there's no set rules, because everyone's kind of just going with the flow of this new environment that we're now in. I mean, I am literally doing an Instagram live from my home for HJ. Who would have thought that would have happened a month ago? Not me. So at the moment, I feel like you have to kind of see how it goes, see how you feel, and see what feels good for you, and then continue that way. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop asking, does that make sense as well? Do you have to pay for a business account? No, you don't. It's free, completely free. All that information at your fingertips for free. How often would you recommend sharing posts on Instagram? Just covered that. Do you recommend running competitions? I would say yes. If you can run a competition, then do. If you've got excess stock in the salon at the moment that's going to go up, maybe not go out of date, but going to go unused for a bit, and you feel like you could do a giveaway with it when it opens, then you can do that. I wouldn't recommend doing spammy competitions, so like when it's like #win, #prize, #comp, #competition. Those kinds of competitions where it's like, or like follow for follow, those kinds of things, I think are very transparent. Try to do a competition that you feel like, we want to give this away because we genuinely don't need it, or we genuinely want to do something for the community. But actually at the moment, if you can give stuff away, give away the gloves and protective equipment, and give those to your local hospitals if you can, and say that you're doing that. People will warm to that, because you're doing something from the goodness of your heart that shows that you care about your local community. So that's what I would say. Cheryl, hairdressing, Horsford. I do 1 day a week in industry. I try and post a grid once weekly, and the rest I use on my stories. Yeah, that's good. And if that works for you, then amazing. So, but it says, I feel really pressurized to do lots of social media posts just to stay on the forefront of people's mind. What do you keep posting on a regular? Well, I'm really lucky because I get your amazing work, everyone that sends in their work to Hairdressers Journal that I post. But I would definitely say that if you can't keep up posting every day, then don't feel pressurized to be on social media. I feel like I'm kind of covering all my points. I've written them all down in this notebook, but you're really helping me get through it naturally. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by the comments. But yeah, if you can't keep up with regularly, then don't worry about it. Try to post organically what you feel like you want to share that will attract people and keep your clients engaged. So again, if you can't post on the grid every single day, don't do it. Someone said that oh my gosh, my cat just stood on my iPad and tried to report this. Thanks, cat. Salons and TikTok, is it worth getting into? So this is a part of my point that says show personality. If you want to get into TikTok, then by all means be my guest. There are some amazing hairdressing TikToks out there at the moment that give actually really good tutorials. So I know Jack Howard has a TikTok, and I was talking to Casey from Chair Salons about his TikTok, which at the moment hasn't got hair on it. But yeah, if you think that you've got the personality for TikTok, you go for it, girl. You do it. TikTok is obviously a really fast growing platform at the moment, but you have to kind of remember that at the moment a lot of people seem to be on it, and everyone's reposting TikToks onto their Instagram, and everyone's bored and doing the challenges, the dance challenges. But when that all dies down, the core of TikTok is a very, very young audience. So if you're I tried to do a dance challenge with my niece the other day, and I spent so many hours trying to learn the dance and then uploading it with her that I'm like, how long is it going to take you to do all the cutting up of the videos, trying to actually do the style, trying to put a filter on it, trying to do it? How long are you taking to do that? And is that something you're going to be able to keep up when you're back in the salon? And is it then worth it when it's only going to a very small section of the clients that maybe can afford your services? I think once you've weighed that all up, then you have to decide whether you think it's worth it. It might be for you. You might have a really, really young clientele, or you might, have someone in your salon that can, churn out that kind of content really quickly. If you do, then by all means, I would say go for it. Hopefully that helped. But yeah, I love TikTok, but I love TikTok to while away my evenings after I've done all my content for HJ, obviously. How do we get a reshare or repost on Hairdressers Journal? I always tag you in my group posts. Oh, okay, tag us, but also hashtag either HJ Inspires, HJ Loves, or HJ Colour Reel with double EL. And all the tags are in our bio, in our profile. But that way I'll see it more, because as you can imagine, I get loads and loads and loads of people just tagging us in the picture itself. But if you hashtag it on top of that, then it means that I'm likely to see it. And also DM it to me, because I check through every single one of your DMs. So if you've DM'd it to me and you've tagged it and you've hashtagged it and I haven't replied, then slap me. Will you do TikTok with me when it's eat? Yes, Kevin, I will do one. What one do you want to do? I can do all of them. No, I can't. You should have seen me trying to do that dance one. I looked so stiff. Any more questions? Can you repeat the hashtag? So it's HJ Inspires, HJ Loves, and HJ Colour Reel. Colour spelled the English way, and then Reel REEL. Going back to my points here, something that I have said here as well is to kind of going back to what I said about giving away, your gloves and stuff that you're not using at the moment, is showing that you care for the community that you already have is a really good way of attracting new people into your community. I've kind of give the metaphor of if you were kind of a little bit feeling a bit wishy-washy. Oh, thanks. Lee's shared all the hashtags. Yeah, if you're feeling a bit wishy-washy about your job and you're like, oh, I kind of feel like I want a new job. If you worked in an office, for example, and you were on LinkedIn and then you saw this company has, they really care for the people, that their employees. They do Thirsty Thursdays, so they kind of like socialise together. They have like a mental health person come in and check in on their employees that they can talk to confidentially. They do free fruit, I don't know, on a Friday, free fruit Friday, who knows. And, it just seems like a really nice environment that cares for their employees. You'd be like, if you were feeling a bit like disheartened at your job at the moment, you'd be like, I want to work for that company. Like, I really feel like I want to move over and get in touch with that company. That's the same way that people are going to feel if you look after the clients that you already have and you show how you look after them. So by doing things at the moment, no one can get into a salon to get their hair done. I was very, very nervous about coming on here with my hair at the moment. And everyone's doing video conferences and stuff like that, and they still need to have their hair looking good as much as they're not going out. Hi Lee. They're still having to directly speak to people and be on things like house party and stuff, and they don't want to look bad. So if you've got step-by-steps up to show clients how to look after their hair, if you're doing WhatsApp consultations with them to hide roots that are coming through, or if you've got, you're looking after hair loss clients and you want to show them how to kind of cover that up, and you're doing that obviously as a paid service. Thank you. If you're doing that and you're showing that you're doing that, then people are going to be like, look at this hair salon and how they're looking after their clients, even though they're not directly touching their hair and they're not, directly in the chair. They're still making sure that they're looking after them in the meantime until they can come back into the salon. What is my salon doing for me? Not much. That wasn't any shade to the salons that I go to, but I'm just saying, like, that's what somebody might be saying. So if you can showcase the way that you're helping people that already go to your salon, then more people might be attracted to it as well. Any more questions? Yes, another question. Oh, hello, Uruguay. That's so cool. Do you think we should start TikTok to try and get more young people into our industry? That's a really good question. I hadn't really even thought about the fact that we might be talking about attracting new people into the industry. But yeah, why not? If that is where the young people are, then, and you feel like you can do the renegade dance and you can do all those different challenges on there and attract new people that way, then why not? Or get people engaged in things like tutorials and step-by-steps. Oh my gosh, all these people, Brazil, Spain. Then try it, give it a go. You can always delete it. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with it in the end. If you feel like you would want to be, you might want that in the future, get on TikTok right now and claim your handle for your salon. That is one tip I would say. Any new platform that you get, claim the handle. So if it's TikTok, if it's house party or whatever, claim the handle for your salon, and then at least if you want to do it in the future, it's there and no one's stolen it, and you don't have to be like Keeks' Hair Salon 01 because someone else has taken it. I think I saw another question from Modern Barber. Let's see. It's quite far up now. Does your engagement go up if you engage with your followers? Yes, it does. So showing personality. Thank you, Modern Barber, our brother magazine. As a part of my showing personality point, I said that I've put here, that you need to engage and make sure that you are talking to your community. So you're showing who you are through your voice as well as the things that you put up, and showing that you're not just throwing a post up and not really caring about how it does or whatever, really investing in each post. So I always comment, like go back or like or reply to people's comments on HJs and my own. It's my strategy that I call post, don't ghost. So when you've posted something, make sure you check back in within 20 minutes and check if anyone's commented and replied to that comment. That helps and boosts your posts in the Instagram algorithm that lots of people talk about, that no one really knows what it is and how it's worked out, because it's worked out by robots. But yes, that does help by engaging, because this is a social platform. So you need to make sure that you're being social and you're not just throwing content out there and seeing what sticks, because nothing will stick if you're not invested in the content that you're putting out. Hopefully that answered the question. Is there any more? Let's see. Do you think it's best to focus on one social media channel or spread out across loads of them? Spread out. I would say that really depends on manpower. So if you've got enough people and enough content that can be spread out across a lot of platforms, then definitely do that. But also know that different platforms require different things. So I wouldn't be able to put this exactly the same thing on LinkedIn for HJ that I would on Instagram. It might be the same content, but I'd have to tweak the caption slightly. I would have to input or take out hashtags, all that kind of stuff. So make sure that, if you're going to do that and be on a lot of different platforms, that you take the time to kind of get to know those platforms, which is another reason why we do not have a TikTok account, because I don't have time to learn how to do TikTok for HJ at the moment. But yeah, also, if you want to try that and you feel like you have got the time, something that can aid you is a platform like Buffer, which is what we use on HJ, and it allows you to put a piece of content out across all your platforms at the same time, and then tweak the captions that you're using for each, if you really want to do that. So yeah, I think if you feel like you have the time to do that after this spell of isolation has ended, and you feel like you can keep that up and you've got the manpower to do it, by all means do it. And that will obviously help with your attracting new clients and a different audience as well. Let's see. Will you be able to see some lives even once we've all gone back out of isolation? Yes, 100%. We'll be doing this all the time now. So maybe not as much content, but definitely we'll be doing at least a few lives a week. So don't worry, we will continue to do this, but it won't be in my house with my paintings that I feel like Jane's gonna hate. It will be at the office in a more formal setting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Any more questions before I go? Because it's 28 minutes past now. I kind of turned that turned more into a Q&A, but hopefully my point came across a little bit. And if you have any more questions, you can always... Oh, thank you. Someone said they love my print, so Jane can't be upset. Or Mark. So, yeah, if you have any more questions, DM HJ. That will be me that answers it. So anytime you see a post up on HJ, most of the time, that will be me, or it will be Laura, my lovely editor. And also this half an hour that you've just listened to me waffle on, you can claim back CPD via VTCT. So I'll make sure that, do any of these lives go towards CPD? Does. So I will be putting the link to that in the bio of the YouTube video this will be in. Someone said stories versus grid. Yes, both, if you can do. Grid, you can put your professional, nice, ring lighted pictures with the hashtags for any of the hair colours you're using, and stories, you can show off your personality and attract new people that way as well. So I feel like both, if you can, and use your stories to show off your personality. What do you recommend in this moment? I don't know. In what regard? Which regard? What do you recommend, as in stories or grid? Can you type quick enough? Let's see. If you're saying stories or grid, I would say grid, because that's the first thing people see when they come onto your profile. If you don't come back within the next 30 seconds, I'm going to have to go, because I've gotten the green light. Wine in this moment. I would agree. in about an hour's time, I'm going to have some wine. I've decided. Thank you guys so much. I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy the rest of virtual week.